a welcome in or welcome back. It's a Monkey Mar. Before we get into today's video, please make sure you click that subscribe button, the bell for notifications, and of course the like. Okay, I have not really an update on Breasia Terrell, but a few words from her mother on Breasia Terrell around the holidays. And this is also going to update the case of Trudy Appleby, who went missing August 21st, 1996, in the same area that Breasia Terrell was last seen. So I want to know where Breasia is. I don't understand why it's so complicated. I have called the detectives. I've left messages. I just do not understand the timeline. They need to explain the timeline. We know she called her mom or texted her mom before she went to bed. The next day, her brother returns home, but Breasia Terrell is nowhere to be found. I do not know if there is a huge sex trafficking operation in Iowa, and I do not know about Henry Earl Dinkins' girlfriend that was there at the time, but I am going to look into her on a different video. Let's get into these two cases in one. So how do you have Thanksgiving when your child is missing, remembering two missing girls as families gather for the holidays? Never forgetting isn't the same as remembering. Ray Eddleman tried to explain the difference as he struggled to remember Trudy Appleby's favorite Christmas gifts. Trudy disappeared August 21st, 1996. She was 11 years old and lived in Moline with her father, Dennis Appleby, at the time. Moline Police developed a number of persons of interest over the years, namely William Ed Smith, David L. Whipple, and Jameson Fisher. Smith died and no one has been arrested for Trudy's disappearance. Eddleman is her uncle. Trudy's mother, Brenda Eddleman, was his sister. There is not a day that goes by that I do not think of Trudy, Eddleman said. It can be any time of the day. A day doesn't go by that you don't think, where is Trudy, and think about what might have happened to her. Mostly, though, you never forget because she's never come home. But it's hard to remember her, hard to remember details about her. You have to understand. Trudy was just a kid and she was 11, and really, you don't think to remember every little thing because you take it for granted that people will be in your lives. Trudy isn't the only little girl from the Quad Cities who hasn't returned home. Breasia Terrell is 10 years old and was last seen late July 9th or early morning hours of July 10th. I do believe that Breasia Terrell's birthday has come and passed, so she must be 11. Aisha Lankford said she is consumed by thoughts of her daughter and last things she remembers. Breasia Terrell spent the night of July 9th, 2020, a Thursday, with her half-brother and his father, the sexual predator Henry Earl Dinkins. The children were at Dinkins' apartment in the 2700 block East 53rd Street in Davenport. Lankford says Dinkins' girlfriend was there with the children and everything seemed just fine. According to Lankford, Breasia texted her using Dinkins' phone shortly after 9 that night to say goodnight. Why didn't she call her? Did maybe Dinkins text? My goodness, this really bothers me, this story. I don't know why it upsets me so much, but it pisses me off. Investigators said they are convinced Dinkins knows what happened to Breasia and he is the only person of interest connected to her disappearance. I do know too, I got an alert that Dinkins was moved from one facility to another. Lankford has short videos with Breasia and she tries to write to Breasia. So when the little girl comes home, she will know her mother was thinking about her. Once in a quiet moment after Lankford stepped away from her distorted reflection in the lenses of assembled news cameras, Lankford whispered, a promise made almost to herself. I want Breasia to know I think about her every second, Lankford said. It's horrible to feel like my baby's out there thinking, why hasn't anyone come for me? So I want to remember every little thing so she knows her mom cares. For now, Lankford fills pages of lined notebook paper with her thoughts of her daughter. It's the act of a mother clinging to every memory of her daughter, every detail so they can share it when Breasia returns. I mean, where do you think she is? I mean, was Henry Earl Dinkins involved in trafficking of children? I mean, I just don't understand. Like, she went to bed after 9 and the little boy comes home, but Breasia doesn't. I mean, what did he say? She just didn't come back? She was disappeared? She was taken out of her window? What did his girlfriend say? I want to know. And the not knowing that eats at you, whether your child is gone for a day or for years, Eddleman said. And there is another thing that eats you. It's knowing that someone knows. That's one of the hardest things. You know, there are people out there who can help, but they remain silent. Let me tell you this, and this isn't going to be popular, but I would drop any charges, do anything just to be able to bring Trudy home. Eddleman tried again to explain the difference between never forgetting and remembering. It's the worry and then it's not knowing. It takes over everything and it can destroy so much of the good things you remember, Eddleman said. My father died just a little while back and my mother too. And my sister, Trudy Mothers, she died. There's not much family left. There aren't many people alive to help me remember her. We have to find her. As Thanksgiving and Christmas approach, Lankford said she's not prepared for it without Breasia. So Thanksgiving has passed. Christmas is on its way. I know Breasia Terrell just had a birthday, or she is going to have one any day. And I'm going to keep bothering the detectives. I'm just going to see if I can find anything out, and I am going to stay on top of this story. Somebody knows something, and Breasia Terrell needs to be brought home. I don't know who knows. I don't know if Aisha Lankford knows. I'm sure Henry Dinkins knows. And what about Henry Dinkins' girlfriend? Who is she? Has she been questioned? See if I can figure out who she is and what her background is about. But I will do that in a future update video. Let's jump real quick back into the Trudy Appleby case before I end this video. You know, I am the type of person where as I'm working on a story, I've told you guys this, I basically do it as I am recording because I like to check out things new with you guys, why I get sidetracked, I get lost, I'm like a little, oh look, there's a squirrel. But now that I started getting into this Breasia update and I look into the story of Trudy Appleby, they just had, in 2017 they did a dig on a property, and then 2020 is when they named the other two people of interest. They did a dig on a property where cadaver dogs had actually hit. But then I read that Trudy Appleby's mom was killed in a car accident, and I'm not sure exactly. Let me see. It looks like it was in 2017. She was hit and killed, and the man that killed her, it's just sad. But they do have actually new information on the Trudy Appleby case, so I may do another video on that and do an update. You guys tell me what you think about that. And if you want to hear more on Trudy, then I will definitely get that update out. Let me go ahead and show you some of these powerful pictures that I actually just found from the Breasia Terrell walk a few weeks back. All right, and with that, it is a wrap. I want to thank you all for coming in. Thank you for watching. Please like or dislike, whichever you prefer, and subscribe. Everyone have a good day or good night wherever you are in the world, and stay vigilant. I am out.